all, I'm Jamie Lynn Sigler, a mom, actor, and advocate. I know how overwhelming it can be trying to decide which treatment is right for you. I've been there. But you should know you're not alone. You can do this. Start with some research, talk to the community, and most importantly, don't be afraid to ask your doctor questions. You might find results that speak for themselves. That's how I landed on Kesimpta. Ask your doctor if Kesimpta, ofatumumab, could be right for you. You can check out the details at kesimpta.com.
Acura's all-new ADX, a compact SUV that isn't just built for one thing. It's precision-crafted for everything. To escape the grind with available all-wheel drive. To go with your flow with available Google built-in.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Okay, turning up the volume. And crafted to be heard with an available Bang & Olufsen premium sound system. The all-new Acura ADX, crafted to match your energy. Acura, precision-crafted performance.
Take your vibes and go, 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 go.
Google is a trademark of Google LLC.
Can you change your personality? How does peer pressure work? Should you ever really trust your gut? These are just a few of the topics we've recently tackled on my podcast, Something You Should Know. It's a podcast where leading experts give you valuable intel that you can use in your life today. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and with over 1,000 episodes and over 4,000 mostly 5-star reviews, I invite you to check out Something You Should Know, wherever you listen.
Oh, you should do a reveal. Do like your hands over the camera.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
They don't get that.
It's me. Like Wicked.
I understand the reference.
You are talking to two girls who just watched our future president, though she is too hot and too young to be president.
Yeah. She's got, by the time the next one rolls around, she'll be ready, right?
Yeah. Per the history textbooks.
Mm-hmm.
While we still have... hi, welcome to...
Fisting Friday.
If you're brand new here, you're like, oh my gosh, what is this? A daily podcast? What is this one? This one is where you really like just like get to know us. And maybe it's like not the one that you're like, oh, should I start with this one? Honestly, I do think you can start with this one because like you're just getting personality. Like you're just getting personality hires. Like you don't have to pay attention to a format or a context. It's just like a room of your peers.
I truly agree with you because speaking of room of our peers, that's where we were last night. A room of our peers.
Yep.
Ranging in age, color, creed, just a bunch of different people all there for the same cause, but I felt safe.
Yeah, I literally turned to Melissa and I said, when like advertisers are looking to sell things to us, this is the demographic we're in. Like we are in a room of our peers. These are our people. And we went to go see Ziwe's show. Melissa took me. It was so lovely. For her, what is the Ziwe For President tour?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't recommend it enough. If there are still tickets available, if she is coming to an area near you, I literally kept thinking to myself, I'm like, how the fuck does she memorize this entire show?
And it's fresh too, because like a lot of the stuff she was talking about at the top was brand new information.
There was something that she referenced that happened that day. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I was so deeply impressed by like, not only how quick she is to like make everything so funny, like, and have like such a quick response to it, but then also like still have clearly a formatted show that she can make anything fit into and like put a button on, circle back, tie into, like nothing ever lagged. And it was so funny. And it wasn't in a like, an overly rehearsed kind of stiff way. Mm-hmm. Like at one point where she was like, okay, why is every time I call somebody up on stage, you guys are like fucking whispering to yourselves? Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't even know, like stop. And like, that's so funny. And, I loved it.
It was spectacular. I loved every moment of it. We were introduced to a new character to the world named Abbott.
Yeah. And he did say Abbott as in Texas. And Ziwe gave him a look and said or as in elementary. And he was like, oh, yeah, that is better. That is better. And that did really
set the tone.
For exactly what we were going to get with Abbott, which was a trust fund baby from Newport.
But not Nepo.
No. And that caveat, which I wish someone had pointed out, that caveat is like, yeah, he isn't technically a Nepo baby because he doesn't have a job. Like, there was no nepotism to be used.
Exactly.
He doesn't work.
And I thought that was actually brilliant that he separated the two, because I hadn't thought about it before. But he clearly did. He said his parents won't give them any of their connections. And so, therefore, he is not a Nepo baby. He is a trust fund baby. Also, he's a BP. And at first, Ziwe thought, and most of the audience thought, he said VP. And we were all like, he doesn't work. What is he the VP of? But he meant BP as in big pockets, as in he goes to Vegas and gambles with the high rollers.
With his trust fund. Which is so funny. I died. And he was offset perfectly by white Rihanna. Mm-hmm. And it was
she was white and her name was Rihanna.
Yeah. And she was this isn't a white Michael B. Jordan thing.
No.
She had, first of all, I was addicted to her voice. Like, just the vocal fry Valley girl. Like, I am addicted to that. I'm like, that, be my massage therapist. Like, I love that voice. Tell me affirmations. And she just having such great, she was just a PR girl.
Yeah, she legit was a PR girl. Mm-hmm. She works in PR and was just answering everything spot on.
Yeah, she did in fact know what DEI was, as opposed to Abbott, who did say diversity, check, exclusionary. And then threw me for a loop on this one, index. Yes. What? Index is like not even a word I think of often. Like,
if you're into stocks, then yes, and he probably is into stocks.
Stocks.
He also said the only place he's heard of DEI was from his father. And then Ziwe went on to ask, what does your father say about DEI?
Oh, he loves it. I was like, that was fucking hilarious. That was great timing. Great comedic timing. But it was so fun. And before the show started, I asked you if you would watch Grosse Pointe Garden Society.
Before the show started, it was just Beyonce and Destiny's Child playing.
Yeah. And
Ziwe walked out to the Black National.
Oh, yeah.
Ziwe walked out to the Black National Anthem, which was just for us that know.
And she was wearing denim on denim. Mm-hmm. And now every night that Beyonce is in LA that we're not there, I'm just checking to be like, is she there yet? Did she go? Is she going to ours?
Yep. And she also reposted my post and used it as the advertisement for wherever she's going next.
Mm-hmm. I showed Mods and Mods was like, that's so cool. I was like, I know. She was so good. That was like, it's so fun. And because like Mods was asking, is it like one of her like shows live? Like, is there a guest? And I was like, I don't think so.
It was pretty much like how she does her shows, except for the audience was in the place of her guest, because she does have those segments on her.
Yeah.
Well, did when it existed. She had those segments that she was doing during the show, but just with the audience members.
Yeah, which I thought was like so funny, especially because when she started, she was like, I mean, like, this is LA. Like, I think you guys are gonna be better, but nobody, obvious, like, as it does often happen, nobody was actually from LA.
No.
There was one person who said they were from San Francisco. And I have questions about where in San Francisco they were, with not knowing who they didn't know. MLK and
Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah. And did they know Danny Leaks, or was that?
Nope. They said that it was
Mary J. Blige.
They were describing it to their wife, as, you love this singer.
You love their music. Yeah. So I do have questions about where in San Francisco. I'm gonna guess, for anyone who's listening, I'm gonna guess the Sunset. That's where I'm guessing.
This is the same person that also was like, well, I went to the UK for the first 6 years of my life or something like that.
Yeah.
But then they said this is the same person that said they were in Detroit for the rest of their schooling. Is that the same person that also said none of the things that they were saying made sense?
No. I was like, what would have really helped if you just told me if you were homeschooled?
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have helped a lot more because like I'm here. It's consistently, lacking in the education, no matter where we are, I guess. So I would like to. Were we just homeschooled? Was it online school? You know, what was it? But yeah, that was, and I feel like everybody who was in our section was like saying the same things that we were, which was like so fun. And
we did have the pissiest section though, our row.
The piss. Oh they kept peeing. The way that
stop drinking before shows. They came in. Also, the person directly behind me was too tall, and their knees were in my back. I didn't tell you this.
Wow. Switched.
And like I looked back. No, it wouldn't have mattered because you couldn't move the seat.
Oh,
we couldn't. The seats were all connected in the row, and so I did try to move my seat up, and I couldn't.
I didn't even realize they were connected.
Yes,
damn, that is weird.
Yeah. Well, that's so it stays in the straight line.
No, totally. I guess it makes sense, but I was like, these aren't real chairs. Why are I didn't know these real chairs were also connected as one.
Yes, they were all connected. But the person diagonally behind me spilled their drink all over the floor too.
That's why the person showed up with the mop. And
yes.
Like, the disappointed look
and
on
then the people in our row, drunk, came in carrying drinks. We're also late.
And the way that I just watched them keep guzzling, and I wanted to be like, stop.
Can you stop? Because you keep
have
going
peed
up
9 times.
Yes. We have to keep getting up, missing bits of the show because you have to go pee. Stop drinking.
No, and also, like, you're not sober enough. At first, we were just turning our legs in, and then one of them, like, tripped over my foot, and I was like, okay, I can't keep... You're not sober enough to maneuver your way through this, that we have to fully get up.
Yes.
But yeah, I just... I don't know. Being drunk and, like, just sitting...
No. When we were going in, they're like, bring out your IDs if you're going to drink, and we were like, no, like we're here to enjoy the show. Yeah. You don't have to be. Also, you're not enjoying the show if you're missing 30 minutes of it.
That's the part that I was like, and they looked so happy, and I was like, well, I guess good thing you're like pretty sloshed, because like I don't think you realize you've actually missed about 25 minutes of this in total. Like that's a lot. But there was one other thing I was going to say about, my other favorite thing I love when it was like, I love it when you guys heckle. Like, that's fun. Like, heckling the audience members that she had pulled up. But it was great. And we said that, boy, oh boy, would we get along with her, because everything that she has, like, talked about in the show, whether it was, like, current or whatever, it is, like, literally everything we have talked about before. Yes. And I was like, we are operating on the same wavelength.
George Santos, the quote unquote astronauts, fake astronauts, your Mormon wives thing figure
killed me.
Yeah.
Leah Michelle.
We actually talked about the exact photo that she brought up, because it was her and Emily and then Leah Michelle behind her. I don't think anybody ever just calls her Emily, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what Ziwe calls her.
I think she calls it her Emrata.
Hey, I mean, I guess that's kind of that's a flex.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was so good.
Thank you to today's sponsor, HelloFresh. Fresh air, sunshine, and good food. That is what spring is all about.
That's my favorite thing about spring. All 3 of those.
HelloFresh makes it easier to fit quick, home-cooked meals into your schedule every week by curating delicious recipes like pasta primavera, chicken Dijon, and pecan-crusted trout, as well as over 100 seasonal snacks, sides, and treats.
Every HelloFresh meal uses high-quality ingredients, including seasonal, fresh produce, and proteins that travel from the farm to your doorstep. Flexible deliveries that you can pause or skip when you need.
I have to be honest with you. We've worked with HelloFresh before. I have gotten many
years.
No, truly, and I've gotten countless HelloFresh boxes. This might be the menu that I have been like the most excited for. Like, I cannot wait. I am getting the Mushu pork lettuce wraps. Oh, hello, yes. And then I guess I'm in a porky mood. Pork chops with a zesty green onion salsa. Never had, like,
I love that. These are things that like I would never think to cook myself. And also like, I don't know, pre-portioned, so easy and so delicious. I cannot wait to try everything.
Yeah, I'm getting the cheesy smothered mushroom chicken, which mushrooms and chicken are two of my favorite things.
And I love them together.
I do too. I've been actually using a HelloFresh recipe in my rotation for years. I'm also getting the balsamic glazed steak, which I can't wait.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love steak. And I feel like steak is like one of the pillars of warmer weather.
It is. It's very springy.
It is. It is. Feel great with meals that fit your spring schedule and make the season even more delicious. Go to HelloFresh.com/BlameMe10FM now to get 10 free meals with a free item for life.
1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied at discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan.
You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. If you've ever shopped online, and let's face it, who hasn't? Chances are you've bought something from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? The one that makes buying so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes things easier, and not just for shoppers. They make it easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. It gives you a leg up from day dot with hundreds of beautiful ready-to-go templates to express your brand style so you can get up and running fast. You can tackle your important tasks from inventory to payments to analytics and more, all in one place. You can also spread your brand's word with built-in marketing and email tools built for you to find and keep new customers. And remember that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Your customers already know and love it. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
And now to what I've been waiting for, because Melissa has been holding out on me and she would not talk to me about Grosse Pointe Garden Society last night.
Because why would I repeat myself today?
Because it took her a while to come on, and I was like, I really wanted to know if you watched it.
I was enjoying the music.
Mostly because I had also just watched the other episode of that, like the recent one that came out, and I loved it.
Well, I wouldn't have had anything to talk to you about with that.
No, but that's okay. I can just like, I just love hearing about it.
Yeah, I watched the first episode. I thought it was enjoyable. I do want to watch more. I was just extremely tired. I'm trying to stretch out my sleeping this week because I need to be up later. So like,
oh my God. Wow. I didn't even fucking think of that.
yes. So on Saturday, I started stretching it out. I went to the Dodgers game.
You went to the Dodgers game?
Yes, I told you I was going to the Dodgers game.
On Sunday?
Saturday.
Oh, they played both nights.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was going to say because we got stuck in Dodger traffic for like an hour and a fucking half to somewhere that should have taken us 18 minutes to get to. And I was about to be like, you were there. You were a part of it.
No, because the way that Avia has like half season tickets, so she gets tickets to every other game.
Oh, fun. I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, and so her and her partner have tickets to every other game, and he was out of town this weekend, so she's like, do you want to go? So the way that hers are set up is like as soon as you pull out the parking lot, you get right on the highway. And we literally were back at my house in less than 15 minutes.
What a flex.
Yes.
Damn.
Yep.
If I had Dodger tickets, that's how I'd want to do it.
Yep. So, yeah, I went to the Dodgers game and I was like, okay, I have to force myself to stay up to 12.
Whoa.
I know.
Crazy.
I know.
How things have changed.
I know, but I just have to do it for this week. It's been a struggle though, but I have to do it because we were out last night, and then I'll be out tomorrow night and Friday night. And we've got things to do on Saturday that you're trying not to do.
Melissa, I mean, I like the idea. It's my fault. I brought it up.
It goes along with the TV show that you're forcing me to, not forcing. I was going to watch it anyway.
Rude. Take that back. You're hurting
I did
their feelings.
take it back. I already took it back.
Yeah, it like goes with like my current hobby
and the hobby I want to get into.
Yeah,
as well.
but like, we'll see.
Come on, it only take what, a couple hours. I didn't look at the flyer. Send it to me.
Me neither. I mean, I did. I looked at the website.
I know you did.
I just need to. I'm pacing my vertical day.
I understand.
So we'll see. If I get my outfit like totally sorted and I'm like not scrambling for anything on Saturday, then maybe we go.
I think I still need a belt.
What kind of belt?
A pink belt.
Okay. Well, I just have one that I don't know if I'm going to wear.
And your waist is smaller than mine.
It's too big.
Okay.
But it's also kind of loud.
I want it to be the light pink to match my hat and shoes.
Not loud. I meant like audibly.
Oh,
it
makes noise.
It makes noise. Yeah. But it's really cute and it's like very fits. But like I might wear it, but I might not. But I don't know. I could also put another hole in it. Do you want me to, if I go to Nordstrom, do you want me to send pictures if I find a pink one?
I'm probably going to go.
Oh. What Nordstrom are you going to go to? Century City? The Grove.
They know me there.
Yeah, they do.
You have to go where I'm known.
Yeah. I got to go where I'm
I can probably
this is
just
my
send
home.
a message and say, here's my outfit. Can you find me a belt? I actually will do that now that I'm saying that out loud.
The way that I was looking for like a girly or a gay in Nordstrom to be like,
you got to go to the
who can
where
I
they
ask?
do the designing. You have to go over there.
Totally, but anyway,
because those people also are actual.
Yeah,
they're not just like workers at Nordstrom.
Yeah, they're the stylists, and I was like, now we come up with something, but we'll figure out. I'm like, now that I have my hat,
I got a little bolo tie. It'll be here any second, and I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh my god, I've been debating if I should get one. I like had one, and I can't find it now. But I don't know. I have that little brown thing I tied, which is like a different necklace, which is like kind of similar. So we'll see. So what did you think of the first episode?
I thought the first episode was very good. I didn't think it was the greatest first episode of television that I've ever seen, but I did think it was very good. It set up the story. I did think there were too many flashbacks.
Yeah.
We didn't need all of them, but I enjoyed it. I will definitely be watching more.
They do less flashbacks as the story goes on. I think they're just like trying to get you to figure out, hey, there's a murder that happened and we're going to lead up.
Right. And which they're showing who's the enemy in each of their lives.
Yeah. And so then it's like pretty much every episode, because people asked in the live stream, they were like, what's the show about? Like, and you like literally just said like, it's Desperate Housewives, Shonda and Ryan Murphy. And I never said it was about, but yeah, it's about like,
I feel like that gives you exactly the information you need. But
it's like a group of people who work for like a community garden kind of thing in like a very like wealthy, ritzy area. And it is split between current present day and like 6 months in the future when they are at this big event for the garden thing, and they're changing the course of what the garden club is going to be. Yeah, they seemingly killed somebody, and so like it's every episode you're like figuring out like who is it and like who's the person. And so one of the things in the last episode that just came out was that someone like you're always just being like, okay, who is it? And then sometimes in the 6 month forward, you'll see someone who you're like, okay, it's this person who definitely was killed. And then you'll see them in that and you're like, no, they're fucking alive now. So like, it's not them. Like, who the fuck is it? And so this one was, we have like some clues of things that like happened that night in the context of it that like the person who owns this thing is this person. And specifically, this doesn't give anything away, but specifically, we know what car they had. Mm-hmm. And so they show it in the fucking episode, and I was like, oh my God. And they zoom out, and the entire street is lined with that fucking car. And they're like, why does everybody in this town have this car? And I was like, damn it. But then there's a point where someone who, it's not their car, so it's not like, it's clear, it doesn't seem like it's going to be them. They open the glove compartment, and in the glove compartment is the same thing that was in the actual person's car. But it's like, but we still don't know whose fucking car this is. Yep. And I was like, but they do a really good job of like making you just want to fucking know.
Yeah. So what it is it's a murder mystery. That's how they describe the show.
A very, very campy murder mystery. Like, I think it's like, to me,
where we're the detective, where we're trying to figure out.
It's like Desperate Housewives meets like Knives Out, kind of like, you're getting like very over the top personas, which is like what you get with that. And then it's funny and it's great, and it, you know, it stars people I like.
Mm-hmm. It's very good.
And that man, whoever that man is. I know all the women in the show. No idea. Never seen that man in my life before. He's doing a great job.
Mm-hmm. So, I enjoyed it.
Yay, yay, yay. So, everybody who listened to my Paradise recommendation, this one is crucial for you to watch because they did moved it to
a Friday, and that is not good. But I could see it going because it does have good streaming because I went and looked after I watched the first episode, and it does have very good streaming numbers, so I could see it moving to being a Peacock exclusive show.
I think it honestly probably should have been. I think murder mysteries, people, we haven't had like a prime time like network murder mystery in a while. People don't like waiting in that way.
Or they drop it in the way that like Poker Face, which is on Peacock, and it has some of the same elements. Except for every episode of Poker Face is kind of like a new show. Same main person, but new show, but then it all ties together at the end. Even the style of it. And it is a Ryan Johnson who, you know, does the Knives Out and Glass Onion show too. Or movies too. So every episode is like stylized different, but they drop 2 to 3 episodes at a time.
Yeah, I think that could be great. Like, or even doing because like they're very good at the cliffhangers, but like dropping 1 or 2 at a time, or even like I'm fine with releasing them weekly, but over a shorter period of time, like where it's like they're either longer episodes and there's like less of them, but there's 12 episodes. Like that's like a good amount of fucking time. So I think, or like doing like a finale where it's like 2 episodes or whatever. But I would say that like Paradise, that's 7-8 episodes, and people were fine watching that like week to week. And then Bridgerton, I think was more than, I think that was like 9, maybe less. But they did like the first half and then the second half.
Yeah, but they usually drop all Bridgerton at the same time.
Oh, this one they were just like
it was just this one. Yeah,
to the fucking. They're like, we're just really gonna edge all of you bitches.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really want people to watch it because I don't want it to get canceled.
Yeah.
I love network TV. I miss network TV.
I do too. Appointment TV. I mean, I still watch Abbott and Grey's Anatomy and then like my soap operas. But other than that, is there anything that I watch that is just a straight network show? I don't think so.
No, I auditioned for, I think like, which is like, it's getting like less and less every year. Like I used to audition for so many fucking pilots, and I'd audition for like 13 pilots, and then 6 would get made, and then, or like 8 would get greenlit to shoot the pilot, and then 6 of them would air like that. And now it's like the last one I auditioned for was like late last year, and it was, I still think it was for fucking streaming, but it was like very much network, like laugh track, multicam kind of a show. And I was like, oh, there's one, and I don't even know if they made it. I haven't seen anything about it.
I'm Amy Nicholson, the film critic for the LA Times.
And I'm Paul Scheer, an actor, writer, and director. You might know me from The League, Veep, or my non-eligible for Academy Award role in Twisters.
We come together to host Unspooled, a podcast where we talk about good movies, critical hits,
fan favorites, must-sees, and in case you missed them.
We're talking Parasite to Home Alone.
From Grease to The Dark Knight.
So if you love movies like we do, come along on our cinematic adventure.
Listen to Unspooled wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to hit the follow button.
I'm Ann Foster, host of the feminist women's history comedy podcast, Vulgar History, and every week I share the saga of a woman from history whose story you probably didn't already know and you will never forget after you hear it. Sometimes we re-examine well-known people like Cleopatra or Pocahontas, sharing the truth behind their legends. Sometimes we look at the scandalous women you'll never find in a history textbook. If you can hear my cat purring, she is often on the podcast as well. Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get your podcasts.
In humanity's search for other worlds, we found something unexpected.
It's a massive collection of tiny pocket realities, and each one is a story.
But when we explored those stories, things didn't go as planned.
Mr. Darcy?
I am Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Ah, humbug.
What happens when classic stories go wrong? I go in to fix them.
I am Dracula, and I bid you welcome.
Subscribe and listen to Muse, the latest audio drama from Dayton Writers Movement and Realm.
Oh, I'm sorry. This cake just popped up.
What kind of cake?
Raspberry pistachio with like the cutest pink frosting.
I was so against pistachio in food. Like, I love eating a pistachio, but then I had that Dubai chocolate cake and I was like, I'm 100% in. And I think I'm going to make a flourless torte, that chocolate flourless torte that I made.
Yeah.
Double layer it. Ooh. And do the pistachio cream in the middle and do the everything that's Dubai.
Yep.
All that. I think it would be phenomenal.
Wow, I love that. Because for me, I love the flavor of, aside from walnuts, I love the flavor of most nuts. I don't like the texture. I don't like the crunchy outside, kind of oily, and I have really
and that's why I didn't
teeth.
think, because pistachios are such a soft
so
nut.
Soft.
But when you add that phyllo with it, it balances out.
Yeah. So I love, as a kid, I loved marzipan, which is an acquired fucking taste apparently. But like, I loved like the flavor of that. So like anytime there's like, you're using a nut flour or like a nut kind of cream, when those nuts cream, I love it. I fucking love it. This cake looks insane, but now her face is pissing me off because she just looks so happy eating it, so I have to scroll by.
You don't want to sit in her joy with her?
No, I'm jealous, and I can recognize that.
Have you not made your strawberry shortcakes yet?
No, not yet. But I was we saw my niece and nephew on Sunday, and my brother-in-law and I was saying I want to make that, and he was like, "Ooh, let me know when you decide to do that." I was like, "Oh, that's you're in." He goes, "I'm in." And Mats and I did one of those like little, you know, I think I said this before, but those like pick which one your girlfriend might like or whatever kinds of like listicle things on TikTok where you like swipe through. And I learned a lot of things about myself because like I have like very strong opinions about some things that I think about a lot. There are other things that I actually didn't know. And something that I think is like low key kind of like not cool because like everybody's big on like like fruit doesn't belong in dessert. Fruit doesn't belong in dessert.
I strongly disagree.
I think like I'm actually like I'm choosing a fruit. I think I'm like a preference for a fruit dessert. And I was like, oh my God, what does this say about me? Like, ooh, I'm not big on like, I'll do certain fruit with chocolate. I will do strawberries, raspberries. I'll do orange. I don't love it. Like, I don't like necessarily love a Terry's chocolate orange, but like, I'll still do it. But like, other than that, I'm like, no, I actually like, sometimes I would love a like strawberry shortcake over like, a chocolate mousse.
I would like both of them together. I'm not going to choose them separately. Like, I will be equally as satisfied with either one. But if you put a strawberry shortcake and then put some chocolate mousse on top of it, oh baby.
God, now I need to make it.
Those biscuits I made were quite delectable.
They looked phenomenal. And it is crazy that the timing of that, because like that was like always my preferred way of homemade making strawberry shortcake as a kid. Like if it was like people were coming, like we had like an event or something, we would do like the like store-bought pound cake, and then you do it, make homemade whipped cream and do the strawberries. But like making it homemade, I was always up. I want my strawberry shortcake with a biscuit.
Yeah.
Delicious.
They were gluten-free.
Yep.
So
I should make it with dairy-free yogurt. Is that what you used, right?
I used I didn't use dairy-free yogurt.
But you used yogurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do that next time.
Yeah. I made it so fluffy. I gave Avia 2 of them, and I regret it because I'm out now.
Oh no. I hate when you're feeling too generous and you go, damn.
Yeah. She was like, you got any more than biscuits? And I said, yeah. And I was delighted because I love people, tasting my biscuits.
I'm telling Avia you said that. Melissa said she loved that you tasted her biscuit.
I love sharing my baked goods and then having
my biscuit.
And then having people like tell me how good it is. And then this morning I was like, I'm out of biscuits.
Damn. Yeah, you need to like, you can't be generous, or like you can't let it get to your head or be too generous when you're not hungry. Like you got to make, it's like the opposite of grocery shopping. You actually should make the decisions when you're like at least a little bit hungry.
Yep.
So.
But it was, she also made a breakfast sandwich out of.
Ooh. Stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Wow. I could really fucking go for that. Damn. I'm excited though. I am making a pretty good, well, damn. Should I make this dinner tonight? This dinner does make me.
I made this the other day too.
Stir fry?
Stir fry with shrimp.
Mm.
It was one of the best. Because I was just like, I need to cook this shrimp. And I have started just making rice in the morning, every morning. Because it's easy. And as long as you got protein, you got a full meal.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know what I was going to make. And I already had the rice going. I was like, let me just make a quick fried rice situation.
That, again, one of the perks of going to school with not in an area where they kind of like forget about UC Riverside. So like I do feel like we got to kind of do our own fucking thing with the foods that they would request. And so we always had like rice in the mornings in like in the dorm in the cafeteria, and it would be served with like, do you want like it with eggs and soy sauce and all that? And I was like, this is like exponentially better than this motherfucking eggs and toast shit.
Yes.
Like
exponentially. I love getting a rice wrapper and putting, you've seen me when I do the
she loves
eggs.
a little rice wrap.
Yeah, put the eggs in there, a little soy sauce, some spinach, some mushrooms, a little bit of cheese.
You don't like Spam, do you?
It's too salty for me.
Okay, because I'm like, the way that fucking eggs, Spam, and rice,
it is good.
Nothing fucking hits like that.
My grandmother loved to make that in the summertime. Loved that as a breakfast. But yeah, I love it. I love it.
I want to figure out why I was into Spam as a child, because it was only for me. And why did I even know what it was? And why did I want it? And why did I eat it all the time?
You don't think that your
my
father's side of the family was eating Spam?
No, it's a really good point.
Yeah, they were definitely eating Spam.
Them. It was definitely them. Anytime I'm like, where did that wonderful thing I actually enjoyed from my childhood come from? And I go, oh, and Pittsburgh. That's where we are. Okay. That makes sense. That's also where I learned about Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah.
Honey baked ham, potato salad.
That all of those things on a Hawaiian roll.
Yep.
Delectable.
So fucking good. Oh, I could actually really go for a Walmart potato salad in the plastic tub, and scooping that onto a Hawaiian roll, freshly ripped out the package, and a thick slice of honey baked ham.
Yeah, that is something that I do around the holidays.
So fucking good. So fucking
because all of that is there, but I put it together.
Yeah, no, you're an artisan, you're a craftsman. So good. And then at my the other grandma's house, they were serving lobster, and I said, I hate this nasty
I can do
shit.
both. I love both.
I didn't. We had icebox cake. We had like creamed like spinach and shit. And I was like,
I do love cream spinach.
Yuck. I didn't want any of that. I said, I want
Are they making it out the can or fresh?
So they were making like everything fresh. Like it was like everybody was cooking.
Cream spinach in a can is delicious.
That makes way more sense because like the way that like one side of my family was like slaving away in the kitchen, they were going to the fishmonger. They were getting whatever. We had chicken cordon bleu.
And the thing is they're like, it's fresh. We taste the natural flavors of it. They're not putting seasoning in it.
Yeah. Oh, that's that is the big fucking culprit. And the other side of the family, we're getting, it's a lot of Sandra Lee semi-homemade, and we're getting those things at Walmart and bringing them over, all that. And then we do at the table, salt and pepper on top of it, Lawry's on top of it. Like it was additional fucking seasoning. That's where I learned about garlic salt on top of it at the table. And I was like, oh, that's such a big difference. Big, big, big fucking difference. Oh, well. Anything else? Who won when you went to the Dodger game?
Dodgers.
Love it.
Yeah, it was great.
Is that your baseball team?
No. They're number 2. They're not the number 1.
Who's your number 1?
Cubs.
I love how random your fucking sports allegiances are.
Have I not told you why it's the Cubs? In the summer, well, I always, when I would come home from school, I would watch Saved by the Bell. Okay. And it would be on WGN, on TBS. It was like a split network.
Okay.
I think it was before they completely... No, because WGN still...
Was it Warner Brothers?
It's all under the same thing, but WGN is a specific Chicago network.
Oh, so it wasn't the WB.
It turned into the WB at night.
What a weird...
Yes.
Okay. I guess network TV is kind of confusing.
But it's like it's a local channel in Chicago. It might have been before the WB was its own network. Mm-hmm. But it still exists.
It's like if KTLA turned into Fox at night.
Yeah.
But like network Fox, not Fox News. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
But it aired nationwide.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm a little confused on is the Chicago part.
Yes. And so it aired nationwide. I would always watch Saved by the Bell after school. But then during the summer times, they would play Cubs mostly, then sometimes White Sox. But some reason I had like more of an allegiance to the Cubs. But they would play those, and I would just be in the habit because like sometimes I wouldn't know because I like wasn't watching getting the TV guide out to see if Saved by the Bell was going to play today or a baseball game. And so I just come home and turn the TV on.
And what you got was what you got.
Yeah, it's what I got. So I became a Cubs fan that way.
That's so funny. I love that. Because were you in Arkansas at that point?
I was everywhere. Like this was didn't matter where we were living. This was my after school thing. But actually by the time we moved back to Arkansas, I wasn't watching. I think Saved by the Bell was no longer like an after school thing.
Well, I was going to say like if by the time you moved back, by the time you moved back to Arkansas, you had already had to pick your sports team allegiances. No?
What does that have to do with anything?
No. But I'm just saying that, like, so you picking from different places as someone who moved around a lot, like, not that you're picking them from the places that you necessarily lived, but like a lot of people get like so like narrowed in, like you can only be a fan of the team from where you're from.
Well, I'm usually a team of my dad's team, but he is a Mets fan and they just never resonated with me. But yeah, everybody else, we're aligned.
I love the color scheme of the Cubs. It's similarly to how I feel about the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. I'm like a beautiful color scheme. I love the like the vintage, like retro motifs, like very cute, very fun. And I love my team. Unfortunately, we are plagued with a Halloween fucking color scheme, which is, I will say it is a horrible color scheme. It is bad. It's not good. And like we have like one home uniform that's like a retro throwback one. The rest of our fucking uniforms, they look dirty. Like they look pre-dirted. It's like so not cute.
They're spooky. I think TBS is also, their daytime thing was like the Braves because that was always on. So they must be based in Atlanta. Yeah, they are.
That's so funny. I do love that, like, I know so many people here who the Dodgers are their second favorite team. And, like, usually you're supposed to have, like, a big rivalry. Mats is always like, don't like, how is you as a Giants fan could like the Dodgers? And I was like, the Dodgers have a rivalry with the Giants fans. The Giants don't have a rivalry with the Dodgers. Like, we don't think about the Dodgers.
I don't even think any now, like, Dodgers don't. It's just like Dodgers. I love going to Dodgers games. Mm-hmm. And I think they've become my second team because I've gone to a lot of their games. But like, the balls flying in the air scare me.
Well, they're very hard and they're going very fast.
And it also scares, like, a few of them, the foul balls were like headed toward the second level because we were on the first level, but we were not where like there was this one player on the other team that kept hitting it in the same spot for a foul ball. And it kept flying in the same spot. And the people in the second level kept trying to catch it. And then it would drop down. Mm-hmm. And they were spilling their drinks over the people that were on the first level. Yeah. I'm glad we're far away from that, but embarrassing and annoying. But I understand why they don't put the actual live play on the TV, on the screens, because they want you to watch it live in case a ball comes towards you. But like, you can't see a lot of what's happening.
No, you can't. I remember as a kid when we used to go, I think it would also like a lot of people would play the radio broadcast of like the game play-by-play while you're at the game watching, because like it narrates that in a way that you can't see. I do think that like baseball games on TV though are so boring. Like
they are. And that's what I would have it on while I was doing my homework. So I just have it playing while I was doing my homework.
No, it's a perfect way to do it. But I remember as a kid, like when I go to a baseball game now, if I don't see someone, it can be a fully grown man, but if I don't see someone, I would say from the age of 12, when you start to get pretty good hand-eye coordination. If I don't see a 12-year-old to a fully grown adult with a mitt, I'm like, I'm not safe. I'm not protected. I need one of you bitches to be leaping and jumping and diving to try and catch a foul ball.
There was a little girl next to us that she did have a mitt, but then she got so consumed with Avia's child to the point where it was annoying. And her mom had like snapped at her earlier for being annoying. She's like, this is either going to be a short game or a long game. You can make the decision. And I was like, great. Because that girl was like kicking seats and stuff. And she was like 9. And then the two sisters were in the row in front of us. And then the mom and dad were sitting right next to us. And then when the girl started acting up, the mom swapped places with her. And then when they swapped places, then she was sitting right next to us, the little girl, and then became obsessed with Avia's child. And I thought the mom was going to snap at her. And then her mom kept saying, oh, she loves babies. And I was like, stop. Get her out of this the baby's face.
Yeah. The 9-year-old
and pay attention with your glove so you can catch it.
You have a job. You brought a fucking glove. I'm counting on you. All of us were counting on you. And like, unless you give that responsibility to someone else, you can't just like leave it loose in your lap. Right. I need to see it on your fucking hand, ready. I need you like flinching every time you hear the crack of a ball and you go, I think that's going to go farther. You have a fucking job. God, yeah, no, that would stress me out. I'd be like, can I have it, ma'am? Like,
right. My hand is probably the same size as yours.
That's probably true.
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
From the podcast that brought you to each of the last lesbian bars in the country and back in time through the sapphic history that shaped them comes a brand new season of cruising beyond the bars. This is your host, Sarah Gabrielli, and I've spent the past year interviewing history-making lesbians and queer folks about all kinds of queer spaces, from bookstores to farms to line dancing and much more. You can listen to Cruising on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes air every other Tuesday starting February 4th.
What's up, fellow TV watchers? It's Brian from The Core Podcast, where we cover all things Apple TV+. We are wrapping up our recaps of Emmy favorite Severance, but 2025 on Apple TV Plus is just getting started. In April and May, The Core is recapping Seth Rogen's new Hollywood satire, The Studio, and Jon Hamm's dark comedy, Your Friends and Neighbors. We'll also be recapping the first 2 seasons of Apple's sci-fi thriller, Foundation, heading into the 3rd season of that later this year. Search for The Core, all things Apple TV Plus, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
They played the Pittsburgh Pirates. I looked it up. I know nothing about that team.
That's supposed to be your home team?
No, it's not. The only, like, the team that we root, like, that growing up, because, like, God forbid we would ever fucking root for the Niners. We did root for the Steelers, but, like, my dad is, like, not a football man. He is not that kind of a vibe. But he would, like, you know, he'd like put it on. I'd be like, okay, cool. But yeah, I don't have like a strong allegiance to that team. I like the Eagles. One short eagle, but you know, eagle down. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love that we've got like all the LA legends that pop up on screen. So much.
Who was there?
I mean, just like as far as like they do like hyping up during the middle of like plays. So like Kendrick Lamar popped up, Ice Cube popped up. They're not actually at the games. They have just pre-recorded videos.
You know, I think it's crazy. I heard someone say that like, you know, about like, they were like, LA doesn't really have like, people aren't like sports fans in LA. Like people just like aren't into sports. They're like, genuinely, yes, what the fuck are you talking about? There are people who abandon their home sports teams because of like how big sports culture is in LA.
Yes. Like, how are you going to say that when the Lakers and the Dodgers are here? I can understand football, even the hockey people.
Yeah.
I mean, the football team's always bouncing around. Well, we don't know when we're going to have a football team. Don't know when we're not have a football team.
We've never been... We've never felt stable in our football. Like no one's getting attacked because we can't.
Right. But as far as the Lakers go and the Dodgers go.
What? And also like California as a whole has historically been good at basketball and baseball.
Yeah.
And so like that no matter where like just this idea that like people are not, I was like, okay, just because you know people in other parts of the country who are fans of the Lakers doesn't mean that people in like it's not that they were like slacking on fan support and someone from Michigan had to be like, well, I had to step up to the plate and be a fan. It's like, oh, those people in LA they don't support them.
You literally can't go to a place that's not like real LA without somebody selling bootleg merch on the corner and
everybody's
nobody cares. No one cares. People are still buying it.
Yep.
Or 2, when you're walking around, everybody has on a jersey.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I literally in my car today pulled up next to a car that was what JoJo Siwa did to her face on her Tesla. This person did with Mamba mentality on their car.
And speaking of that, Kobe's face is everywhere on the sides of buildings across the whole state, to be honest.
You could do I Spy from any public spot in Los Angeles, and you could say I Spy Kobe, and you're like, okay, which one?
Mm-hmm.
Is it on the shirt? Is it on the mural? Is it on the back of this poster? Like, it, like, everywhere. And I just get like, I'm like, if anything, like, LA sports fans are annoying, but like, it's not that they don't exist.
Because they're not in the real LA. That's the problem. They're in Hollywood.
No, yeah, because they don't. And also everyone.
But even in Hollywood, you can't go anywhere on Hollywood Boulevard without seeing a jersey. They're in Beverly Hills.
Well, and it's also crazy because I'm just like, if you like have enough that you feel comfortable like speaking on LA, do you not know anybody from LA? Like, born and raised, if you have like if you live in Los Angeles and you like can't name a single person that you know who was born in Los Angeles, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you live in, your life is just high rise.
Don't say anything to me until after you've been here for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I can say that because I've been here almost 14. Nope. Yep, almost 14. It'll be 14 in 2 days.
Oh my God, anniversary. Fuck yeah. Let me do my math. I'm at 12 years, I think. Right? Yeah, I think so. By the way, did you know that girl who, I guess, I didn't see her content, but I like saw people talking about it after, who like blew up by doing these, like trying this like ridiculous expensive thing from Air One? She's the heiress of Air One. And she was pretending to be a regular plebe, being is it worth $18?
That's great marketing, to be honest.
Now that's a Nepo baby.
That is
not a
Nepo
trust fund baby.
That she's working and bringing awareness to the brand.
Though the one in Santa Monica,
smart about it.
Santa Monica Air One did shut down because of rats, and people were shocked. And I was like, with love, I hate to break it to you, everything on the West Side has rats.
There was numerous businesses that it was part of a big thing where a ton of businesses got shut down for rats.
Yeah,
I looked through and I was like, no place I go. Great, thanks.
It's common in general, but like you're on the
there's a certain amount where it gets to, because I think you can have one or two.
No, you can't. Yeah, no, you can like have your restaurant like not stop working. Don't inform anybody, and like you can have a couple rats, but like you just can't.
When it gets to an
the
infestation,
rats can't run the fucking city. Right. Then they go, okay, we gotta evict them.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Monica is tight on those evictions too.
Yeah,
but like everybody was like shocked, and I was like.
Again, those people aren't real.
I was like, real. I saw something about a movie theater that I love that someone was like, "Don't go here." Like I worked here, and there's rats everywhere, and I was like, "There's rats everywhere."
Somebody said that about the iPic in Pasadena.
I know, and
I was like, theater floors are sticky. What do you think?
If you have a dumpster, you have rats.
The one in Pasadena is a little bit underground too. Like you walk in, you can't use your cell phone because it's a lot. And I say a little bit, it's a lot underground. It's
great
a little moist in there.
Yeah, a little damp.
Can't go right now.
No, your hair will completely go back. No,
but like a lot of movie theaters probably have rats. So you just can't see it because it's dark.
If your business has a designated dumpster outside, you have rats.
Yeah.
And like we live with like you guys like it's this whole thing of being like, oh my God, I had no idea. Like it's an infestation. I'm like, okay, there's a difference in infestation, but like if you are so concerned, don't ever eat out. And also don't buy a house. Don't have a basement. Don't do any, like, there are things you'd figure out. You shouldn't have to see them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if your workplace has them, you should make sure it's safe, good practices. But
on that note, that concludes this fabulous Friday episode of
Fisting
Friday. Join us on Monday for But Am I Wrong? Tuesday for See You Next Tuesday. Wednesday, use that day to venture and listen to an episode you've never heard before. Or if you're one of the elite that have heard every episode, listen to another one. Thursday, we've got Don't Blame Me. And Friday, we'll be back for a new episode of Fisting Friday. And you'll hear all about our experience at the Rodeo Chitlin Circuit. Goodbye.
Bye. This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Let's hang out.
I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee, and we're the co-hosts of Let's Hang Out, a show about LGBTQ representation in the media, because representation matters. Come hang out with us to talk about all of the characters that should have been gay.
Because every movie or TV show would be better if it was gay.
Listen to us interview your favorite LGBTQ actors and creators.
Elise Bauman from Carmilla.
It just reminds me of like every time a queer woman becomes single, there's like this high-pitched siren that goes out that like only other queer women can hear, and they're like, "What was that? Like, did I just hear the bat signal? Is a queer woman single again?"
So binge on Let's Hang Out wherever you listen to podcasts, and hang out with us every Monday for your weekly LGBTQ fix.
I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee.
And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
Hey, do you like true crime? Me too. And I know what you're thinking. There's so many true crime pods out there, you've already heard all the stories. Well, what if I were to tell you you're wrong? I'm Leroy Luna, the host of Excuse Me, That's Illegal, the podcast that takes a hardcore look at softcore crime. I've got a back catalog of hundreds of bizarre and hilarious stories just waiting to be heard by you. So come join me. Excuse Me, That's Illegal is available anywhere you get your favorite podcasts, with new episodes dropping on the 10th, 20th, and 30th every month, baby!